Honorary Secretary of FAU, and I will perform as the moderator for today's meeting. My duty here is to ensure the meeting will proceed in an efficient way and everybody will have a fair chance to participate in the meeting. First of all, I will have a few announcements to make before the start of the meeting. Firstly, I would like to confirm that you have received the following documents from our reception desk, and any reports if you have not read it on the website. A stack of motion papers, a total of 3 motion papers plus a ballot form for Agenda 6. Anyone who wish to have the annual report or do not have the motion papers and ballot form in hands yet, please raise your hands. Our helpers will come over to you now. The 3 motion papers will be used for Agenda number 2, 3, and 4, and the ballot form will be for Agenda 6. We will collect the motion papers and the ballot form for each agenda. For those members who are holding proxy forms, please make sure you will have the equivalent amount of motion papers from the reception desk. If you're holding more than 5 proxies in your hand, our staff will give you a white paper to register the number of proxies instead of giving you the exact amount of motion papers, so that it will be easier for you to manage the stack of motion papers. And before me moving on to the agenda, we would like to clarify the voting arrangements for agenda number 6. As stated in the agenda, we are required to elect 5 FAU representatives as the Hong Kong Cabin Crew Federation EXCO. As our election process is governed by the FAU rules and all elections have to be conducted in the form of secret ballots. Therefore, members' proxies or votings made prior to this meeting for Agenda 6 will have to be disregarded. All the members present in this meeting here are eligible to cast your votes. You will find the polling station over there. Please feel free to cast your vote in person when you are ready. Please note that our helper at the polling station will provide you the stamp to cast your vote. Please do not tick or cross on the form. The cut-off time for the election voting is now set at 18:30, 1830. Please feel free to raise any questions that you may have before you cast your vote. We target the meeting to end at 7 p.m. and our dinner will start at 8 p.m. Now, I will leave the panel to Chairman Dora Lai to start the meeting. Is there any questions from our members? Please invite Dora Lai.
Hi, good afternoon all. Welcome to the 2016 Annual General Meeting of FAU. I shall preside at the Annual General Meeting as Chairman of the Union. First of all, I shall introduce the rest of the EXCO members to you. Instead of I introduce, I'll prefer to allow them to introduce themselves to you so that you guys all get to know who our EXCO is and which position they are. And if in the future you have questions, you may feel free to approach them and ask them.
Timothy, Vice Chairman.
Thank you. Cherry, Honorary Treasurer.
Vera from Hong Kong, EXCO members.
Yvonne from Hong Kong. I'm also the CCF EXCO of this year. Candidate.
Kenny Zhang, I'm also CCF EXCO candidate. Thank you.
I'm Sylvia from Hong Kong. I'm the Vice Chairperson External.
I'm Eugenia Chang from Hong Kong, the Honorary Secretary.
Hi, I'm Michelle Choi, the EXCO for this year, and also the CCF candidate. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tim. I'm also CCF EXCO candidate. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Chris, EXCO member.
Hello, I'm Julian Yao, EXCO member also. Thank you.
And also, I'm also one of the CCF candidates as well for tonight's election. And for FAU, our rule states that a quorum of at least 50 members is needed for this meeting. And there are now... Oh, before I proceed to the quorum, I would have to inform you that one of our exco not able to make it, which is Jenny Tang, as she has some family issue that requires her to go back to Singapore. Okay, and there are now 73 members present, so a quorum is formed. And I declare that annual general meeting of Cathay Pacific Flight Attendant Union for 2016 be commenced at now is 1737. And the 73 members present is exclusive of the proxies received. Okay, so that therefore our quorums formed for this meeting. And with the consent of the floor, the notice convening the meeting will be taken as read. And now we'll proceed to the agenda. And at the same time, we'll stop accepting the proxy at 1738. Okay, and I'll leave the panel to our Honorary Secretary and proceed to the agenda. But before we proceed to the agenda, I would like to thank our special guest, Ms. Courtney Chong from Singapore, our FAU honorary members. And the reason why I want to introduce her is because there is some interesting sharing later on by Ms. Carol Ng, the General Secretary of CCF, regarding interesting issue, which supposedly to be Courtney Chong's personal individual issues, but now it's actually not. It actually can be an industrial issue. So we all get to learn about it. And the update of the proxy is 318. Okay, so I'll now pass the panel to Eugenia.
Thank you, Dora. The first and the most important thing is the agenda, and the EXCO has sent out the agenda on 12 May 2016. The agenda is shown and the PowerPoint on the wall as well. I will read out the original agenda as follows. Number 1, to adopt the agenda of the meeting. Number 2, to approve the minutes of Emergency General Meeting dated 28th August 2015. Number 3, to approve the minutes of Emergency General Meeting dated 1st February 2016. Number 4, to receive the audited accounts for the previous financial year. Number 5, to receive the progress report from EXCO. Number 6, to elect 5 FAU representatives from the list below, candidates number 1 to 5 as Hong Kong's Cabin Crew Federation EXCO. Supplementary point is, in any case of vacancy, the position will be replaced by the substitution from number 6 to 11. Number 7, to inform members that effective from 26 May 2016, FAU will begin to keep the track record of members' attendance who support FAU's actions such as AGM, EGM, rally. In order to recognize these members' active participation in supporting FAU, priority will be given to them for the AGM dinner tickets collections for the coming years. Number 8, any other business. And for this year, there is no item under AOB. Now, I will ask the floor to adopt this agenda. For any changes, please note that we cannot add in any new agenda at this stage as the agenda has already been sent out to all the members. We can only allow the removal of any agenda item by voting with the members present here. And if time allows, there will be a Q&A section after all the agendas have been discussed. Is there any members who is objection to this agenda? If there's any objection, we will need to vote by a show of our hands. Thank you, 4. And we will now move to agenda number 2, to approve the minutes of the Emergency General Meeting on 28 August 2015. Members can read the previous EGM minutes, which have been sent out through emails and uploaded on our FAU website. We welcome members to write to us in case they find any discrepancies in the minutes. So far, we have not received any comments regarding the minutes. I now propose the following motion. To consider and, if thought fit, pass the following resolution to approve the minutes of EGM on 28 August 2015. Will any members second the motion? May I have your name, please? Thank you, Evan Ng. Evan Ng, second the motion. I now put the motion to the floor. Motion 1, to consider and if thought fit, pass the following resolution to approve the minutes of AGM on 28th August 2015. Now, please fill in the motion 1 ballot form, which is aqua in color. Our staff will collect the forms now. Result will be announced at the dinner party before we announce the result of the final prize. As we see some new members coming in, please be reminded that we are now at agenda number 2 to approve the minutes of EGM dated 28th August 2015. You may cast your votes in the motion. The motion paper will be in aqua color. So we move on to agenda number 3 to approve the minutes of EGM dated 1st February 2016. To approve the minutes of EGM on 1st February 2016, members can read the EGM minutes, which have been sent out through the emails and uploaded on FAU website. I now propose the following motion to consider and, if thought fit, pass the following resolution to approve the minutes of EGM on 1st February 2016. Will any members second the motion? May I have your name, please? Thank you, Jenny. Second the motion. I now put the motion to the floor. Motion 2, to consider and, if thought fit, pass the following resolution to approve the minutes of EGM on 1st February 2016. Now, please fill in the motion 2 ballot form, which is beige in color. Our staff will collect the forms now. Result will be announced at the dinner party before we announce the result of the final prize. Our staff will now go to collect the motion to voting papers, the motion papers. Members, please submit your motion papers number 2 now. For the members who come in recently, we are now at agenda number 3 to approve the minutes of AGM dated 1st February 2016. And now we are voting for motion number 2.
While we are waiting for the motion number 2 to go through, I would suggest those holding the ballot form for agenda number 6. And if you're ready and if you know what we are doing, FAU have to appoint the representative to be the EXCO of Hong Kong Cabin Crew Federation. And if you're ready and if you have confidence or no confidence on this group of people to represent FAU as the EXCO of CCF, then please cast your vote over there. The polling station is over there. So because it have to be done one by one, so it takes time. So that's why we encourage you, when you're ready, please proceed to the polling station to cast your vote.
And please be reminded that our staff will provide you the stamp to cast your vote. So please do not take or cross on the form. And now we move to agenda number 4, to receive the audited accounts for the previous financial years and to consider the financial position of the union. Please invite our honorary treasurer, Cherry.
I would like to draw your attention to the fact that the auditing accounts under review at the AGM is from the 1st of March 2015 to 29 February 2016, which is the usual financial year of the FAU. And the report has been attached in the booklet. Additional copies are also available at the FAU office for members who may be interested. Please note that we have added in an explanation of details for the income and expenditure items. And I would explain 3 of the major expenses as well. The first one would be the allowances for committee members. And the second one would be industrial action expenses. And the third one would be the members' welfare expenses. And for the advertisements, for the industrial action expenses, it's majorly spent on advertisements, decoration on major newspapers, printed stickers, paper, fan, and hire the tour bus for the members. And the members' welfare expenses, it's we have 7 major spendings under this item, and namely the life insurance coverage for members, retiree gifts, cards, film show, mini LED torch, padlock, Chinese New Year reg packets, and coupons for referee member as well. And the last one would be the allowances for committee members. The allowance is actually paid to EXCO members to compensate for their loss of income caused by the FAU works. And I would like to highlight in this meeting, starting
Excuse
from...
me, please, the floor, keep the noise low to listen to the report. Thank you.
I would like to highlight at this meeting because starting from this year, the EXCO allowance would have some, we had some changes made it. Instead of 100 per hour and maximum 900 per day as EXCO allowance, we would, it would be changed to a monthly paid as 4,500 for every EXCO. So I now propose the following motion to consider, and if thought fit, pass the following resolution to receive and accept the audited accounts for the previous financial year. Will any member second the motion? And if any one of you have any questions as well, please feel free to raise up your hand. So may will any member second the motion? May I have your name, please? Thank you. And now I now put the motion to the floor. So to consider and if thoughts fit, pass the following resolution to receive and accept the audited accounts for the previous financial year. Please fill in the motion-free ballot form, which is green in color. Our staff will collect the forms now. Results will be announced at the dinner party before we announce the result of the final prize. Thank you.
This is the last round for motion number 3. Please make sure, please fill in the form for motion number 3.
Anybody still need to submit the motion paper number 3 for agenda number 5? Oh no, number 4 for agenda number 4, motion 3. So due to the tight schedule, we'll move on to agenda number 5 to receive the progress report from EXCO. In fact, a brief report has been uploaded in the EXCO annual report online already, and also a hard copy is available at the desk if you would love to have one. But we're not going to go into the details on what had happened last year. But I do believe you all remember what had happened in last May, 2015 May, where at this time we're actually all seated at the airport rallying for our right? So in here, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to my EXCO team who worked with me last year closely on this issue. Some of them has left, like David, where are you? David Lin, yeah. And Jenny Ho, yeah, the two of them was actually with us throughout the battle, throughout the fight. In here, I would like to extend my special thanks to them. And of course, not to forget is all the old EXCO here, like Timothy, Vera, young Vera, old Kenny, Sabyat, and the one missing, Jenny Tang in Singapore, and Chris and Julian. Well, at the same time, I would have to announce a sad news that we are going to lose Chris. He's leaving our team because of the baby boy, the chubby one. He can't actually give more time to the union for his hard work. I mean, it's really intensive hard work, and he have to put more effort to bring up his baby, the Moju. So in here I would like to express my thanks to Chris. He's been doing a great job, especially in helping us to prepare all the year-end proposal, the salary increment part. He did a great job on that, and yeah, please. And we're going to miss him very much, but he promised us he'll be our subcommittee. So in a way, just the EXCO name is gone, but he'll still be there helping us as much as possible. Okay, and now we have to go back to the tough part about some sharing on the election, the abortion of the election again and again. I'll have to pass it to Lucy.
That's all right. As all of you may still remember that last year we have a very hard time in forming a new team. And the election of EXCO term for 2015 and to 2017 has been deferred a few times since May 2015 due to insufficient candidates to form a new team of at least 9 candidates. And so the EXCO team had to deputize and prolong their term of service for the progress of year-end negotiation in 2015. After the YEN, there were 5 members who approached and confirmed that they were willing to be the candidates to form a new team for the EXCO election of the new term. And they are Cherry and Yvonne and Sylvia, I can't see, and Eugenia and Tim Wong. And thank you very much for joining the union as an EXCO. And we appreciate all the good work of the EXCO and hope for full support on FAU in the coming years. And for those who have a heart for the union to stand out and be part of the team to run the union for the next term in 2017. And now I pass it to Sylvia to talk about the RSR issue.
Is the part that you concern the most, I think. Concerning the RSR, the route-specific roster, as we all still remember last year, FAU have put a lot of effort in gaining back your $20 Australian allowance in Melbourne. But now it's all down to the drain, that because some of us joined the RSR scheme. On the 31st of March, Cathay introduced the 3rd RSR port, so that now we have 3 flights, that is 111 Sydney, 197 Auckland, and 105 Melbourne. They're all included in the RSR scheme. And in the ISD meeting, FAU expressed our anger of ISD that they show no respect to us by illiterating announce the third port of RSR. So we have handed out to RSD our members who support FAU's field to restrict the RSR. The RSR's crew shall only swap among themselves. And FAU has further demanded that crew controls shall not call any of the FAU members to cover the RSR pattern, as we did not enroll this scheme. In the meeting, we also asked the ISD that why they do not use the existing 3 days Australian flight to be their scheme. But they have no answer to us. So now FAU wish our member to support us by doing the following. First, do not join any RSR scheme. Secondly, do not swap with any RSR's flight, including the R24. Because if you swap with the R24, that means you agree to operate any of the RSR flight. Thirdly, if you are called to operate those RSR flights, please report to FAU. And also you may file the report also to ISD and also our GM.
And here we would like to stress on a few points that it's very important for the crew community not to join the RSR scheme, because we can see that ISC actually gradually adding more and more ports into the RSR scheme. In 2014, there was only one port, only Sydney. In 2015, Auckland has been added. And this year, they added Melbourne. If more and more members joining the RSR scheme, we can see that there is a trend for the ISD to add more and more ports to this scheme. And in the future, probably all the ports will be included in the RSR scheme already. And it will be too late for us. And also, we want to state that the union has no intention to discriminate any RSR crew, since the RSR is a community issue instead of individual issues. And so if you have any friends who joined the RSR scheme, please try to explain to them what's the impact and why is it so important not to join the RSR scheme. And the reason why we asked the member to report any swap that they received from the RSR crew to the union is because we need to collect the data so that we can have further investigation when we have meeting with the ISD. And we are not pinpointing any individual crew members. It is a community issue. So we hope everybody would understand that and try to explain to your friends and other crew members. Thank you.
Before I move on to the retirement age, I want to share with you that RSR is actually a way to kill ourselves with our own hands. ISD has claimed it confidently that they are very confident that the Melbourne RSR will be oversubscribed very soon, because the same thing happened for Sydney when they firstly introduced Sydney 3 days RSR. It was undersubscribed, and therefore a lot of the crew who joined in the scheme would have one-way DT, while some of the crew are having 4 days. So this is what exactly happened for Melbourne right now. You may still have those 4 days on 105, and you'll see some of the RSR crew who have one-way operate and one-way DT. It seems to be perfect because it seems to be perfect, especially for those enrolled in RSR. But very soon, when it's fully subscribed, you all have the 3 days. And then especially when you agree to swap with them, that means you are agreeing to this 3 days pattern as well. So very soon or later, when it fully subscribed, that's the next port coming, because currently they said they have no plan to expand the port because it hasn't fully subscribed yet for Melbourne. But when it's fully subscribed, then they will come with the 4 ports. So think about it. Are you going to take it? Or are you going to stay firm to say no to this? Because once you soften down, that's how you kill yourself. especially right now, ISD is studying on the crew management system review. They spend a lot of money in the crew system management, and they're going to introduce a lot of changes in our swap, our rostering. They're even looking at flight bidding. You may actually design your own roster. That's the way they approach. But in fact, that's the way that you may give your consent to sign away all those long patterns as well. Think about it. It's good, but at the same time, look at it, what is actually behind the curtain. Okay, so do watch out and stay firm. I know it's very, it seems to be very good, a good roster, lifestyle, especially for the senior. You only have to do 3 flights and then the rest of the days are days off. But think about it, what would happen in the future, especially for our young ones. Don't kill them and kill yourself with your own hands. And the second topic, I want to move on to the retirement age. And as you may be aware, we have conduct a rally last year in 2015. The attendance is actually very low and doesn't make much noise. So therefore, we wanted to plan for more action to push the management to study on this retirement age issue. And you may have received hard copies in every of your mailbox asking you to sign up the open letter for CEO and COO, pushing them to talk to the union, to engage us, to start talking, to study about the retirement age. And at the same time, the universal protection introduced by Hong Kong government, they try to make the scene like it's so hard to give us universal protection for our retirement, but at the same time, they push away the legislative of the retirement age, which we believe is not fair. If we're able to work and stay on our own and not to be the burden of the society, we're ready to do so. But if they don't get the retirement age legislate, then how can we contribute further while company like Cathay and Dragon Air push us away at our 55? So we have also have the open statement to the government as well, pushing them when you study the universal protection, when you claim there is no money to form the pool, then why don't you study on the direction to extend our retirement age? So this is one of the directions that we're going, and we're collecting your signature at the airport. Some of you might have signed up already. So this is what we are doing on the retirement age, and we're not going to give up. Right now, we only have received 2,277 members' signature. This is definitely not enough because we have 9,000 members. So we need every of you to push hard for people to sign up so that, especially for the young ones, I know it's far from 55, but trust me, it comes very soon. I thought I still have 10 years to go, but in fact I only have less than 3 years. So you won't see me here for long. And yeah, so and for the message of the EXCO team, please, please don't stay relaxed and stay there and thinking there will be EXCO. In fact, I shouldn't be here this year. In fact, I should be there with you guys, but I'm still here just because nobody come up to be the EXCO. But I can only be here for this year and for next year. That's it, because I am retiring. I have to go. So please come up and support the EXCO team. Not only be a loyalty member, but be the EXCO as well. Thank you. All right, now we have to move on to some industrial dispute of other airlines. Well, we formed the Cabin Crew Federation, right? And we have a strong FAU. I would say we're still strong, comparing with some unlucky union members that they think they're union members, but in fact they do not. They're unable to enjoy the privilege or of union members. I will quote examples as Virgin Atlantic, the Hong Kong-based crew. You might aware that they are going through a redundancy, and all their retirement fund, should I say retirement fund? No, severance payment are being offset by the MPF. So after 20 years serving of Virgin Atlantic or over 10 years, they almost got nothing to bring home, but companies say goodbye to them. The reason why is they don't have a union, and they only form the union when the issue comes up, and it's too late because the company said, no, we don't recognize you as the union representative and not going to talk to you. CCF tried very hard, but still, because the EXCO team is not strong enough because they have no experience in all the fighting. So end up, I'll pass it to Carol to talk a bit if she still have time to. And the second one is about another interesting issue that I talk about British Airways. They have just won a court case on the retirement travel benefit. And I'll also pass it to Carol to share with you guys. The reason why I purposely welcome Courtney is because of her. That's why the court case is a yes. So Courtney, pay attention. Courtney is actually the victim of the 93 strike, and she's been a real fighter throughout all this year to win 2 different court cases on her own. And right, the closest one is the China Airlines. China Airlines have might have a very serious dispute as well. Taiwan is a place with collective bargaining, and China Air is under China Air Union, which suppose they should have collective bargaining power and gain whatever the members should have. Their right and benefits should be protected. But then, however, because the union that they are in a pro-government union and pro-company union. So, in fact, their collective bargaining is actually for the union to sign away their benefits and rights. And what happened recently is they finally go around with the labor law, because labor law only allow one union for each company, and because China Air set up an enterprise union, so they cannot actually set up another union to fight for their own rights. So now, they are actually setting up another union, which is China Air Flight Attendant Union, to represent them. The reason why is China Air trying to ask the crew member to sign in to agree on a clause which is 84.1, which is about their OT. Once they sign on it, their overtime will not be counted. And also, there are changes on their sign-up port. It was supposed to be in. They used to sign up in Chongshan Airport, but now they require them to sign up at Taoyuan, and the duty time been deducted. And there are actually more tough terms that they have to face for the China airline crew. I'll pass it to Kenny.
Yeah, because some of the.
I'm sorry to disturb the flow. Please be reminded that our election for agenda number 6, the Hong Kong CCF representatives elections will be cut off at 18:30. So we have less than 15 minutes time. Please cast your vote now if you are ready. And please do not take or cross on the form, as our staff will provide the stamp for you for the voting. Thank you.
Yes, because our law is our AFTRS is under. Our AFTRS is under CAD law, but Taiwan, they have the different one. They could allow the in-flight rest period not count as duty period. So it is very important for them to fight. Imagine if we go to JFK, that 5-hour rest is not count as our duty period. How tough will be. And their duty time is not counting block hours. They are counting the whole duty hour. Nowadays, they have to work over 200 hours per month. And the pay is, the allowance pay is only $2 per hour for US. And if they cut the transportation from Songshan to Taoyuan, then their duty hour will be shortened. Then their next day duty can be only minimum rest, only 12 hours. For example, from Hong Kong from Sydney to Taipei, it's about 12 hours something duty. But without that cutting that travel time, then they could operate another long flight after 12 hours. So this is why important that a union is. They are very hard to form another union because they are now forming the one called Taoyuan Flight Attendant Union because they cannot form another union under China Airlines name. So a union is not really a granted. Don't take it for granted. So at this moment, we need to put our full support to China Airlines cabin crew as well. So we may have Yvonne to go to support that they are ready on 31st May in Taipei. So if those Taiwanese crew, please tell your family that go to support them. Yeah, thanks.
The reason why we actually have to support other union as well is because all the airlines want to align all the issues. So our flight time, if worst scenario, Cathay may choose the same system and we'll follow their flight time because we're all airline staff. This is not a good direction. So that's why we have to support each other in order to protect what we're having right now. And the key message in here is, yes, union is very important. And every of you is here to watch out your union. Don't take it for granted that the union is there, leave your free hands. Because once if the union become a pro-company or pro-government union, wait for your days, okay? This is my second last word because next year will be the last word. This is second last words, okay? So I really, really want to urge you guys, please don't leave your hands and when the union call for you, watch out every of the issues. And when you have something in heart, say it out, say it loud, so that the union hear your words and action on your behalf. This is what a union member should do, okay? So, all right, yeah. What does a union mean to you is, a union can mean a lot to you, but it all depends on what you do as a member as well, okay? So be there with the union and be there to watch out your union, not to become a pro-company union, okay? And I'll pass on to Eugene for agenda number 6.
For agenda number 6, to elect 5 FAU representatives from the list below, candidates number 1 to 5 as Hong Kong Cabin Crew Federation's EXCO. And in case of any vacancies, the position will be replaced by the substitution from number 6 to 11 shown on the list. As mentioned at the start of this meeting, we have to follow the election rules stated in the FAU rulebook, and therefore all proxies and votes made prior to this meeting with name has to be disregarded. And members present in this meeting will be eligible to cast your votes in the form of secret ballot. So is there any questions about the elections? And to all members who are ready, please feel free to cast your votes in person at the polling station there. And our cutoff time will be 1830, which is 6:30 p.m. So less than 10 minutes time for you to cast your votes. And please be reminded that the stamp will be provided, and please do not cross or take on the form. Otherwise, this vote will be disregarded as well. And we will now invite General Secretary of Hong Kong Cabin Crew Federation, Ms. Carol Ng, to update on the recent happenings in Hong Kong CCF.
Right. Thank you, Exco, and thank you, Chair. And hi, good afternoon, brothers and sisters. How are you? Yeah, and I'm Carol. I hope you know me. If you don't know me, and I've seen each other in the city not long ago at the airport. It was a really tough time for HKCCF when we just formed, and we have to do so many things so tough. And first of all, if I may, I would like to quickly go through and report back what's happened and what we have done in terms of the Cabin Crew Federation's Hong Kong last year. I don't suggest to print it because not many people really want to read it in a paper, but quickly have a look at this table, which is about from last May, what we have done and proceed, rally and the dispute, support of the FAU dispute with the employer, and so on. I hope you still remember those times we spending in the Inland Revenue Tower. We sing the song, yeah? And we have a lot of time together to wait until the negotiation ends, yeah? As a federation, we believe each branch, as this is the biggest branch, which is very, very important for us. And I all the time remind everyone, strong union only came from the strong members. Agree? Agree? Yes. And we quickly can go back to the table. It's about some construction works of the CCF's constitution. Because before we're able to fully register ourselves, we need to have a set of the rules to govern how to work as a federation. Because a federation is not only a general union. We are the representative of the entire cabin crew industry in Hong Kong. And the biggest branch is Cathay, and the next branch will be Dragonair. The smaller one is like BA, and the newly formed like Virgin Atlantic. And we expect more to come to join us, because the industry itself, and no matter who you are and which carriers you're working for, we're still under the same roof, aren't we? Under the same employment ordinance, under the same anti-discrimination law. And collectively, about the industry, what we are facing, the challenges is about the carry-on cabin baggage security screening. Who can bring those bags to the aircraft and asking the third person to screen on behalf of her? We concern whether there's privileges, but we concern the most is we are the safety experts, aren't we? Yeah, we've been trained. Yeah, we've been examined every year. For what? For safety. Now someone just flick the fingers, just destroy everything we learned because there is a discretion. Are you agree? So I think this is a time to wake up everyone, even they don't know what a federation, what the industrial representatives able to do it for us in the past. And during the last year, we able to assist a team, which is Virgin Atlantic, to form their union. However, as Dora said before, it's been a bit late. That was the third time of their redundancy. And they only formed their union until that time. On the last two rounds of the redundancy, all of their MPF has been used to pay as a severance. And one of the cabin crew members committed suicide. He died. 22 years of service end with 20,000 香港2萬蚊. Why do we have such a bad legislation and why we never say a word? Because these workers, they never realizing one day could be that bad. And when they wake up, when they come to the federations, we do what we can. We assist them to negotiate with their employers. And you can imagine how Richard Branson, this man, how to label himself in his website, how many morals he doing business, how kind he treat his people. But I tell you what, Timothy was there to assist the negotiation. We can tell you, it's just a piece of blood. They just shout out loud and say, we don't care. They just need you to go. And they need to save the cost. And this is what the Hong Kong legislation allowed them to do so. Offset MPF, don't blame the company, 唔好怪公司. Only blame your government to legislate such a strange legislation. 怪就怪你政府立埋啲咁嘅例啦. This is what the negotiations come back. It was very tearful. The whole committee members were in tears and shouting, banging the table, jumping. It didn't help at all. Virgin Atlantic still deduct every single thing from them. And you can see that was like that. And also, we assist a lot of training programs to different teams. One of the teams is FAU, and we do trainings and assist them on the other teams as well. So in order to make all the branches, EXCO committees to functioning the best, federations has its responsibility to make sure everyone have their tools at hand. And of course, we are the one behind each branches and give confidence, courage to all of them. No matter when you need it, federations is always here. And we are not only doing local jobs, and we are doing international jobs. Our biggest brother internationally is ITF. And they connected us with the whole world's different bigger carriers cabin crew union. And we participate in about 2 different international meetings talking about toxic fumes, độc mù, because there will be a bleed air on the aircraft, on certain type of aircraft in which you don't know. And we're concerning the cabin safety. At the moment, not many of you knowing, the child restraint system, 兒童安全帶, actually is not legislated. And this is a reminder, last call to vote on your number 6 motion. And the cutoff time is at 18:30. If you haven't done so, please do it now. And also, I think a reminder to everyone, I don't have to remind in details because everybody knows it's about 行李門事件, about the carry-on hand luggage matters. But before that, and something just need to thank this branch. Last year, all of you vote for to set up the HKCCF. And now, I think most of the Hong Kong people are wearing what is HKCCF and are wearing the biggest branch behind is FAU. Thank you very much, and I salute to you all.
Thank you. And last 1 minute. If you haven't made your vote, your ballot form, the white one, if it's still with you, please cast your vote now.
And the industrial issues is not only for 1 or 2 sister unions. As we mentioned, in the last year, we were able to overcome 1 legal case about retiree staff travel, RTB in your terms. What happened for this branch is British Airways Hong Kong branch, they have a group of former employee, former cabin crew. They've been away from the business over 20 years. But by the time they were still cabin crew of BA, after 10 years of service, BA offered them a lifetime travel. However, British Airways, like any other carriers do, they stopped them at 2009 unilaterally. So they raised the concern and oppositions to BA, they're against them, and filed the case in Hong Kong Labour Tribunal. Thank you so much, and one of your long-serving and honourable members, Courtney. She have fought for all Hong Kong cabin crew in this regard because I was there in the court. They mentioned Courtney's case in the High Court. They rely on Courtney's victory to rule for British Airways former cabin crew. The main thing, the key messages is, the argument is about whether retiree staff travel, RTB, which was not form part of your employment contract. When you sign your contract, it's not in there. BA argued, yeah, it's not in there, so it's never been there. We just be kind, 我好人. I just let you have it over 20 years. However, the court ruled, if you look at what Courtney's case, it was not in Courtney's contract either. However, if any conduct performing consistently by both parties have a substantial reason, a contract has been formed. So, in this regard, the Labour Tribunal rule for the claimants. And this is what's showing someone already left the business, but what she left behind for all the current and perhaps former members of a union always exists. Thank you very much, Courtney. Thank you so much. So to support each other in any team is really important. One legal case is showing a very good example. So I hope FAU members be strong, and I believe you will, and support HKCCF as like part of yourself and part of your team. And I'll be proud of this branch. And I have to quickly report it before I finish is during the time we construct the team, we agreed from 3 different branches about the constructions of HKCCF, including the fundings. And it will be contributed by each team based on the headcounts of the members on a standard amount of the dues towards the HKCCF. And in the long run, we planned to do more open forums among ourselves. Honestly, I doubt some of the sisters, brothers, you may not aware what is flight time limitations, FTL. We need to educate you and the public more. If you look at what happened in KA 361, when the captain discretion being extended and extended and extended, which is not right. Captain discretion is only use it once. You cannot be flying in the sky forever. All right? You need rest. Yeah, look at our sisters from KA. They will tell you. Yes, welcome, Rebecca. Yeah, what a shame, isn't it? Yeah. And also, we will connect it with International Timor to join together to fight against the toxic fumes, have a more cleaner and healthier air on the air. And also, we're caring all the cabin crew's well-being. And we need to work together as a team globally to stop one thing, flag of convenience. You never heard about that. Could I go back to that quick annual report? What is this one, two? Yeah, the second link, June. Yes, June this link. And let you know, you might not hear about what is a flag of convenience. It might not relate to you, you think. 6 years ago, when I attended that similar meetings, I thought, it's none of my business, never be Hong Kong. 6 years later, it's here now. The main base union, similar like you, in Finland, agreed to outsourcing 2 routes, Singapore and Hong Kong, to OSM, this company, to manage it. Then you imagine the main base, Cathay Pacific, anytime will pick any 2 unpopular routings to outsource it. Can they? Yeah? And you guys don't like it. You don't fly that anyway. You may just ignore it. However, once this floodgates opened, you will have your day. This is the end of your life. So we just have a quick look on that link on the first minute, I think. Can you go there? Oh, no, sorry. Technical problem. Yeah, but we will try to introduce more in the future because the flag of convenience now became another type. One kind of employment can involve 20 countries. What is that? Look at Finnair's Hong Kong now. Their roster is doing in Manila. Their payroll doing in Latvia. And their management, some of them in Denmark. More and more, I can tell you, in one company about cabin crew can involve 20 different countries. It is scary. However, not necessarily all the time is bad news. This morning, as a CCF representative, I meet somebody. Who is he? He's the first employer who approached the federations proactively to look for a collective bargaining agreement. This is Scandinavian Air System, SAS. They're going to open a base in Hong Kong. They never have any overseas base before. They proactively come to the federation and say, hi, union, I would like to work together with you. I would like to make my first employment contract with you. So, this is our chance. And look at the offers at the moment, and on the framework-wise, it's not that bad. Of course, there will be different type of flying, but honestly, this is a breakthrough. Yeah? How many employers in Hong Kong would like to proactively ask for collective bargaining? They are the first one. So I believe after a long time hard work and long-standing support from FAU members and widely known by the public, perhaps internationally, because every time when FAU having a dispute, we reported to ITF. I believe the global different carriers, they are actually watching what we are doing. Are we a reasonable person? Are we? Yeah? And we are the one to really show a partnership towards the employer. And we hope that if there is a success agreement comes up, it will demonstrate to Cathay Pacific, to Dragonair, this is a successful demonstration. Please keep all the employment and industrial relationship as harmony as you can. You all agree? Yeah. And my report is up to here. And thank you very much. And I hope this team and this branch stay strong all the time. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Carol. To end Carol's speech, I would like to share something with you. Ever you actually receive emails from members saying that why should we join the action of the Hang Lei Mun about the carry-on baggage issue? Are you guys getting very political or trying to get close to the political party and gain something instead of working for the union issue? I hope from Carol's sharing, you start to learn the reason why. Because if we're not able to pay attention to our own issue and trying to gain power for CCF, what's the point to have CCF? What's the point to have an industrial union? The reason why SAS begin the touch with CCF is because of this carry-on baggage issue, this Hang Lei Mun Sikin. If we didn't make it that big and we didn't make it that loud and we didn't brand our CCF to this extent, where would SAS go to? Nobody. And it's not an issue just about SAS because this is actually industrial as well. The reason why is because CX always claim when they do the salary, when they do things, it's benchmarking. So where to benchmark? If all our teammates, all the cabin crew in the industrial is actually having a very low salary, where to go? We are the best already. How to gain? No way. So this is the reason why we have to work together. Every single cabin crew who works in Hong Kong, who are flying, are actually our teammates, and we are together. We should fight for our best together to gain a more united power in all aspects. Thank you, Carol. So we have to be quick. We have to enjoy our cocktail party later. So before that, we move on to agenda number 7.
Yes,
it's every of you.
Like what Carol just said, a strong union needs a lot of strong members. And every year when we organize the AGM dinner, we receive overwhelming response from our members. All tickets will be gone within a week. Like tonight, we have more than 300 seats. And then I suppose in the AGM meeting, we would have 300 people as well, but I don't think so at the moment. And so we must all agree that the AGM is not about the dinner, it's about the meeting, which is more important. So starting from 26th of May, which is today, onwards, the FAU will begin to keep the track record of members' attendance in supporting FAU's actions, such as AGM, EGM, and rally or protest. And the FAU called meetings and action is very important and extremely meaningful to the union. As the EXCO, we are aware that more and more familiar faces showed up in our call to action, and that is the unity that we need in order to recognize members' active participation in supporting the FAU. The FAU will begin to keep the track record on all the active participants. While we wish to engage you more in the union activities, we wish your support shown will be recognized too. In here, we are pleased to announce that all arrangement will be made for all the valued active members for the coming AGM dinner in 2017. We sincerely encourage you to pass on this important message to your good friends and other FAU buddies. Hopefully, all the attendees that show up in the AGM dinner party will join the AGM meeting as well. Thank you.
That is as what you're doing right now. We do not wish people just come for the dinner, but also to attend the meeting to get your updates about the union. What are we doing now? And at the same time, we wish to collect your point of view or any question that you might have. To throw your question to the EXCO as well, so that we know what you're thinking and what you want us to do.
And as this year there's no AOB item, we'll move on to the Q&A section, and we will answer 3 questions from members. And please be reminded that we will wind up the meeting by 7 p.m. And for those questions which we do not have time to answer, here will be replied by email. May I ask if there's any questions from our members? Or any comments or any suggestions to us?
Okay, wines and cocktails only start at 7.
No any questions, comments, or suggestions before you enjoy the drink?
When you receive an invitation in swapping from those crew who are in our route specific RSR crew, you don't need names, right? I think I got a reply from you. You don't need a image, photo image or anything. Just I tell you that I got
you were the very
invitations,
first one.
right?
Okay, yeah. Hi, thanks for writing to us. Yes, as a matter of fact, we have crew members, we have members actually initiating their actions to write to us and at the same time question the ISC. Yeah, they actually, no, the other way around. They question the ISD on why this group of people still sending invitation to me, because supposedly it's their preferred ports. So they should not trying to swap away all their flight. And now I received that invitation. I want to question why and what is ISD going to do about it. So this is what the general crew members been doing right now, and they email to ISD and then CC FAU at the same time. And this one we encourage you guys to continue. Well, they will give a standard answer saying that, oh yeah, we'll get monitoring. But the situation is how to monitor. We have questioned them. What is the result? Wordless. They actually didn't do anything.
To me, they simply said they cannot stop them from, they cannot block their roster so that they cannot send us invitations to a normal roster crew. But they didn't say why. They just don't want to, I guess.
Yes, of course, they don't want to.
It allows them some freedom. They can stay in their roster.
They give all the freedom to that small group, but
convenient.
not to the majority. Yeah. Yes, we have questioned them, and we actually have commented that if you are able to address the need of this majority, please address the need of the minority. Please address the need of the majority, which is us as well. These are we have submitted 2,700 signature to the ISD saying that these are the people that request not to receive any more swap from the group. So please address our need as well. So we actually need your continuation to trouble them, bother them until they have to admit this is the sentiment. Because if once we stop, they will say, oh, overwhelming response and well received. Okay, so we have to stop the say of well received. It is definitely not well received. Maybe in their point of view, but not to us.
So to FAU, is an email enough? Just telling you I received a swap invitation. You don't need a name or swap code or anything.
Well, some of the crew members actually capture the screen and provide the name as well. Well, this is not a kind of report we would say, but this is a kind of proof that this is happening. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Push but said not well received, well deceived. Yeah. Any more questions?
Is there any more questions?
Oh, supposedly we should announce the election results. Oh, sorry. Yes. Hi, Ani.
Yeah, is there any progress for the extension of the retirement age? Because we already brought up this to the management before, but we haven't really got any proper answer from them. They said they don't have any plan, but any progress from them?
At the moment, no. As I mentioned earlier on, we're trying to gather more signature from the crew community. And right now we have collected 2,277, which is just a quarter, less than a quarter. So I really need every of your help to push the crew members, not crew members, members to sign up for this campaign. We want to push CEO and COO to talk to the union because they always say that junior crew members have no interest in this whatsoever retirement age because what they're looking at is the promotion. But we have explained in our previous AGM and AGM that, well, the one that slowed down the promotion is not the retirement, but the fast track, because especially when it comes to ISM, if the fast track continues, it might be taken up by all the fast tracker instead of retirement age is nothing already compared with the fast track. So we have to get the message over to all the young ones so that they know the true picture. So I really urge every of your help to advertise for us so that, we'll gain at least half. Shall we aim at 5,000? Yeah. If we get 5,000 of the members saying that we want the retirement age to be extended and we want the management to engage the union to talk about it, then they have to. How can they ignore half the community? This is what we call overwhelming response. Shall we all do that? And I've heard some of the young ones say, oh yeah, I want the retirement age to be extended, but I want to wait until I reach that age and let me get promoted first. Okay, please think of an answer to let them know what actually would happen if they really do that. Any more questions?
Yes, Dora, for the last round of signature campaign of the said issue of retirement age, did you put any form for us to sign in our mailboxes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone have one set.
All right.
One letter to COO, one letter to CEO. So there is actually 2 letters together. Please sign them both and return it to the FAU mailbox. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, and we have this 嗰個叫做咩話？嗰個 retractable ID holder. Yeah, please, when you return your form, go to FAU and collect that holder as well. That is a sign to say we have this united demand.
So that will be the last question.
Oh, before we move on, I want to announce the voting result for the Hong Kong Cabin Crew Federation EXCO. Appointed the FAU representative to form the EXCO team of HKCCF. The voting result is 118 confidence and 1 no confidence. And on behalf of FAU and HKCCF, I would like to thank Brenda being the scrutineer for us. Thank you very much. And Courtney, you have something to say? Okay, you have only 5 minutes. Guess we really have to move on.
Okay, hello.
Thank you. Yeah. No, finish. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, all the members. I'm Courtney here. Nice to see the seniors one, all right? So today, first of all, I'd like to thank the chairman, Dora Lai, and the EXCO for inviting me here today. I flown in yesterday because I must be here. I must give face to the FAU, right? Just to let you know today, I'm so glad I'm here because I heard a wonderful news. Because of what has happened to me many years ago, today it happened. So it really makes me very happy. Today is the 26th of May. Yesterday was 25th. It was exactly 23 years ago. I was terminated by Cathay Pacific. All right? We went on strike in 1993. And I was terminated. What can I do? I cannot do anything. I cannot sue Cathay for unlawful dismissal. Why? Because they gave me 1 month salary in lieu of notice. So there's another way, is to fight for my defamation. They tell the reporters, they send all the notice to all the cabin crew in their mailbox. So the only thing I can do is to sue them for defamation. My EXCO at that time, including Becky Kwan, who is at that time is just a normal EXCO. At that time when I was suing for Cathay for defamation, 5 years. I waited 5 years for that defamation case. I won. I fight this all alone. I'm going like a battlefield without the EXCO with me because the EXCO just left me. All right? I fought the battle myself, all alone. The moment I won the case of defamation, I applied for my retired travel. I approached the FAU. At that time, Becky Kwan was the chairman. I approached her. I said, you know, I just applied for my retired travel. I was rejected. Why? Oh, because they say terminated staff are not entitled to retired travel. So I need FAU help. No, you're not going to help you. Why? Because retired travel is not a union issue. I look at her, I almost faint. And I say, look, this is a union office. I came here for union help. I have been a member since day one I stepped into as a cabin crew. And I joined FAU. Not only as a cabin crew, I worked 8 years for union. And now you turn around and tell me this is not a union issue. Are you working for union? And she says, no. So are you trying to tell me that you're not going to help me? No. Why? Because it's not a union issue. See how badly I was treated? After spending 8 years with FAU, I tell myself, I never stood down to her level. All right? I tell myself, be calm, be strong. And I just walk away. And the second battle I fought for is the retired travel. It took me 10 years, double of what I fought for my defamation case. 10 years. The EXCO help me? None. I fought the battle again by myself. When I won the battle, the only person I couldn't, FAU didn't help me. So the only person who actually helped me is Martin Lee. Martin was with me. He's my barrister. He never called FAU. He called FAU. He said, Courtney, what does a FAU got to say about your case? I was so embarrassed. I didn't want to look at him. He was in a lift with the junior barrister. Her name is Deborah. I said, the chairman said, retired travel is not a union issue. What? He said that to me. I didn't even look at him. I was so embarrassed. And the junior barrister told me, who you talk to? I said, chairman. I didn't even look at the chairman of flight attendants for FAU. Why FAU? I said, flight attendants union. And she looked at me and said, the chairman of flight attendants union say that retired travel is not a union issue? Is she a cabin crew? Is she really the chairman? I said, yes, she is. See, I was so embarrassed. And the next thing, I can feel like somebody put there, and that was Martin. He tapped on my shoulder and he said, Courtney, if FAU doesn't help you, I will help you. If FAU doesn't support you, I will support you. And that's where my tears came down. Because he's not cabin crew. I never worked for her. Okay? And he never worked for the cabin crew. And that's where cabin crew, he told me that and I fought for 10 years. But today, I was so surprised. One of the cabin crew wrote to me to say, Courtney, with you, I got my retired travel. Okay, she's from Hong Kong. And she showed me the letter. Chong Cheng Lin Courtney versus Cathay Pacific Airways. She won the case, and we're extending this benefit to you. And that is how she got it. Another cabin crew got it. So far, the cabin crew of Cathay Pacific retiree got the benefit of retired travel. Today, I was so surprised. Not only it extended to Cathay, but it went to British Airways. And I hope, all right, from now onwards, it will also extend to any other airline. So this is industry bargaining power. It's not just Cathay Pacific. It's not just, other airline. It is all. And I like to just sum up. I know it's going to be a drink or thing, but your EXCO is very, very important. All right? Your EXCO is here. You don't ask yourself what the EXCO can do for you or what your union can do for you. Ask yourself what you can do for your union. Because union is very, very... Company will not talk to you. No, company only talk to the union. If you're all going to be united, your union will not fall. When I was at EXCO, I seen this kind of people here. Now, so many years, still number of people, and you don't forget, my time was only 3,000 cabin crew. Now this is 9,000 cabin crew. And look at the attendance. So you tell your colleagues, it's very important. Your union is very important. Look at this, all the EXCOs here, they spend their time. You spend your time going home. They spend their time working for the union. It's very important, all right? Sorry, just to let you know. My boyfriend left me for 8 years. 8 years we were together. He left me. Why? Because of union work. These people here, they have husbands, have wives, boyfriend, girlfriend. They're all here, and they are locals. They are more nearer to their loved ones than me. Okay? So if they just sacrifice their time to fight for your benefit, be thankful. Do what you can. Help them back. Support them. Because with your support, they work harder. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Courtney. Thank you for your wonderful speech. Okay. We really have to go because they have to set the hotel have to set up. So please proceed to the cocktail area and enjoy your pre-meal cocktails. Yeah? Oh. 哎呀，死啦死啦！啊，通常嘅。
And please be reminded that there is a lucky draw little paper for you. So please fill in the information and then put it in the light blue box. Thank you.